Hi everyone, my name's Maddie and welcome to Maddie May Lang. When I started learning Thai 3 years ago, I felt like there wasn't really anywhere to learn Thai. I felt like there were no apps really that were available, and it was very hard for me to find a place where I could get the ball rolling with learning Thai. And the first 2 years I learned on my own, and I used mostly just apps, but I also used other methods, like I would watch dramas for audio input. I would practice speaking to people, and sometimes I would do Udemy classes, things like that. But really, when I first needed to get the ball rolling to try to learn this language and try to learn the vocabulary and the sentence structures, I really wanted to use certain apps. So I feel like 2 apps were really needed for me to be able to learn Thai to a certain point. And so I felt like a lot of people would just use Ling, and I feel like I needed more than just Ling. I needed more than Duolingo. I needed more than just the app. I needed to put the information that I was learning into another flashcard app. And obviously I could have just written flashcards, right? That would have been super easy. And I actually did that. I had a huge stack. It wasn't that big. It was this big. I had a huge stack of flashcards. And I spent so much time making them, but I wasn't studying them really. I was studying them, but I feel like I wasn't retaining it. I feel like I wasn't able to remember what I was trying to say. And so what helped a lot was the right function. It would really keep it in my head of how the phrases were written, how the phrases were created, in the grammar structures, and just helped me remember vocabulary. And so I really want to recommend this combination of apps. And so it doesn't even have to just be Ling. It could be really any grammar app. I just feel like it's really important to have some kind of flashcard or flashcard app or something like that. But I think it's helpful to just write the words over and over, and I think there's a value to that. But I also feel like as someone that is often not at a desk, I don't use written tools very often. I do a lot of apps, a lot of computer work, and so I felt like typing was a good way for me to memorize spelling. It was a good way to remember sentence structures, things like that, and the way that the words was stuck together. And so I do think probably it's very helpful to write over and over these sentences. And actually might be a better way, because I know there are studies that say writing is a good way to remember information, but I feel like if you're not really someone that's into writing, you're not really into journaling or those things, then I do want to just point out that there is the Quizlet Write option, so that you can go in and basically practice spelling over and over and over until you get it a certain amount of times correct. And it really helps keep it in the brain, but it's so tedious. So I understand why people don't want to do it if they don't. And I feel like I've been trying to pass this method off, but it doesn't catch traction, and I'm not sure why, because I feel like it's so helpful. And I feel like this method I haven't really seen anywhere online, and so I'm just gosh, I need to make a video about this just so people can kind of see that it is helpful and it can really get you far. And it's helpful because if you travel a lot, if you're out of the house a lot, if you're taking the bus to work or something like that, you can have this time to yourself where you just run through your flashcard app and even just the right function, so you can make sure you memorize these sentence structures and the vocabulary. That's all this time. So I think next time my video will be about probably the right function some more, just showing how it works. And then, yeah. Okay, thank you so much for watching Maddie May Lang. Thank you.